Ladies and gentlemen of the Joey podcast, we have an urgent bulletin for you that Josh is going to give you some directions on.
Aaron Gwynn has just posted on his Instagram story that through Fox suspension, they are doing an Ask Aaron Gwynn Anything. So we're calling all of you listeners, all of you Joeys, to go on there as fast as you can and ask Aaron Gwynn a simple question. Will you be on the Joey Mountain Bike podcast? The hope is, if enough of us do it, they'll take note and make him answer the question.
And maybe he'll quit doing his weird voice that he normally does when he calls in.
Yeah, it's so strange. But you have to go, this is not sponsored, blah, 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 at Ride Fox Bike. It's not just at Fox, it's at Ride Fox Bike, and it's in the stories in there. So yeah, go and ask him. We'll see what happens. Okay, on with the show.
Welcome once again to the Joey Mountain Bike podcast. You're welcome. Where we used to talk only about baby kangaroos, but now we have trained ourselves. Oh, wait, we've trained the said kangaroo to ride mountain bikes? Guys, you didn't tell me about this.
Did you not get the memo? Me and Sheyn have worked super hard. Where's your kangaroo?
Oh gosh, guys, it's gone. I ate it. Anyway, today we have with us on the show the kangaroo trainers themselves, the men, the myth, the legends, starting with the one, the only, the man with a colon, Paul.
Hi, I like to share my lawns with my co-people, thus co-lawns.
What's a co-people? Like, think about that.
Don't ask questions, Josh. Just keep reading the teleprompter.
Next up, we have the one himself coming to us from a hotel somewhere in North America. The one, the only, Sheyn.
Hey, Josh. I am the one himself, Sheyn, coming at you.
Where are you?
From a Holiday Inn in Colorado. I don't know where I am. Steamboat Springs.
Steamboat Springs.
Yeah.
That's in America?
It's in America. Close. Very
Steamboat
close.
Springs sounds like a really old and dilapidated theme park.
I was going to say, it sounds like Mickey Mouse would ride his boat to Steamboat Springs.
Steamboat Springs is dark right now. That's what I can tell you because we drove in and it's dark. It's supposed to be beautiful though. It's Colorado.
Oh, I say it's a ski resort.
Yes.
Are you skiing?
Maybe on the company's dime tomorrow. I'll whip out the credit card and.
Whoa! You're not supposed to announce it publicly when you do that stuff. You just keep it on the down low.
Well, boss, if you're watching, I'm going to be working really hard. So,
in the underground nuclear research facility, because you're Gordon Freeman.
Oh yes,
those glasses.
We did have. I don't know who commented it, but they said he's the dude from Half-Life, and I don't get the reference.
Sheyn pulled up his picture right before we started, and I said, "Oh my gosh, that's you! Like you are him." Yeah, it's who he is.
Gordon Freeman.
And last but not least, it is me, Josh. Not to be confused with Josh, my alter ego. I am Josh. All right, gentlemen, time to start with our normal segment called "Where Did We Ride Last Week?"
I can go first. We had 2 days of sun. I enjoyed one of those days. It was a great time. And I rode some classics and stayed safe. Now, I've also been riding YouTube analytics. I've done some maths. I've done some figures. Sheyn, I know you are super keen to know who is going to hit 100,000 subscribers first, me or Josh. Ooh. It's something that he's made a big deal about for a long time.
Yeah. Now, Paul, wait. We need to explain why. Because I started my channel a couple months before Paul. I think like 3.
Significant.
Yeah, significant. Years. Anyway, so I started my channel years before Paul, and Paul's first video was obviously somebody who knows YouTube because it got buku views. It's the Walmart bike at Whistler, right?
Yeah, technically, I think it's video number 4, but it was the first one where I was okay, I'm going to do this properly.
Yeah. And then, so me and Paul started growing steadily together, and then, I continued to grow at the rate I was, and then realized, oh yeah, I have responsibilities and a family and stuff. And then Paul was like, hey,
what?
I actually, have heard of a family, and I don't want that at all because all I'm going to do is make YouTube my family. And so Paul has just been, yeah, Paul's just been killing it. But for some reason, not for some reason, his growth has been very good and gradually up, but for some reason, I just keep hanging in there and beating him. And it looks like there's still a chance I could beat him to 100,000 before he blows past me.
Wow. But the thing is, so Sheyn, Josh is amazing at making garage videos, and he knows that's his strength. No, I'm joking. But Josh has got like the how to wheelie videos and the tubeless torch tests and stuff like that. And those are things that I don't have and I've never done because I can't wheelie.
And my mini truck video is really ramping hard right now, Paul. Watch out.
Is it? Oh, damn it. So what happens is I'll do something big and I'm like, okay, here we go. But then Josh will just like find his bike or something. Do you know what I mean? He'll find his bike.
Stolen bike back.
And he'll have the police organize a sting operation. And he'll get hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm like, great. Another opportunity. However, things have been changed. I think the stars aligned over the last couple of weeks. I had a couple of big videos happen. I've been in other people's big videos. I think in the space of a week, I was in an Alex video, a Seth video, and a Jordan Brucemaster video. All that happened like ages ago. But all the time, Josh was going to beat me to 100,000. So I did some maths using a sequence-based formula, which I will share here.
Oh wow!
I'm sure you're all familiar with this.
Give away your insider secrets.
Yeah. So this was it. Now it was This is Gordon. You'll be very familiar with this.
Shane's looking very close to the camera. All right.
So
Paul,
Josh is currently 150 subs per day. If you are a subscriber on YouTube, you can see my working here. But just subscribe to anything that we do, please. We really need it. So Daily Mountain Bike Rider, he's on 150 subs per day. I am currently on 280, which actually jumped up to 300. I just noticed, but we'll use this. So you do this. I believe it's a geometric sequence. Anyway, you put them equal to each other, and then obviously do a little bit of arithmetic, and you see that in 53 days, I will pass Josh. Now, next question: When are we due to hit 100,000? And Sheyn, you won't believe it, but it's actually 53 days.
Both of you?
Yeah, Josh has 8,000 to go, and I have 14,800. And look, I would beat him by just like literally on the day.
Wow!
If we carry the current trend, I would beat him on the day to 100,000. So please, ladies and gentlemen, tell your friends, subscribe to Paul the Punter. # Let's beat Josh.
And
anyway. It is so exciting. When I saw these two pieces of paper, my nerdiness just took over and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, if this actually goes down like this, then we'll see. But we'll see.
Paul texted me all of this. And I said, you know what this is, right? I said, this is literally PewDiePie versus T-Series. Paul is the monster machine. I'm just trying to be the good old goober, making low quality videos. I can't win out forever. But if I beat you to 100,000, I'll never let you live it down.
No, you won't. Even if like the next day I got 10,000 subscribers or something, it would never change what happened. But there we go.
Never.
Sheyn, it was big news, and I was really excited to share this on this podcast.
It's a battle for the ages, and I hope both of you win.
I just need to share this right now.
Oh yeah, and I said I made this meme and sent to Josh. This is for audio listeners. As you know, I've recently got a fan, and like it's the smashing the button meme where the goal is that I must beat daily. I just smashed the fan build button.
See, if
Paul does have to beat daily.
If we had our own, meme, mine at the top would be Josh trying to keep his lead, and the button would be garage videos. More garage videos.
Let's talk about it.
Anyway, where did we ride? So where did we ride last week?
I just had to say, as you were doing all that, I was thinking, I was like, when you were talking about, and then Josh goes and finds his bike, I could see Paul in his like garage, just like, and then all of a sudden, a daily mountain bike rider video. He's not in his garage. Oh, he is in his garage? He found his bike. My bike's right here. What an idiot. People are watching this? No! Stop! Just freaking out.
Brilliant.
This is so funny. Oh, what's he going to do? Oh, he's bought some crazy freaking vehicle. Of course he has. Can't just stick to a normal car. You guys can buy some crazy vehicle. It doesn't even have a bike in the thumbnail. And everyone pooed on him for not having a bike in the thumbnail. What do we know?
And then I said, screw you guys. I'm going to do it anyway. Views. That
was awesome. Paul, you need to buy a 3-wheeled van.
Oh my God, Robin Reliant. And then have that inside the van. And then I can roll that out.
A van inside the van?
Yeah, no, I think this is very much going to be a PewDiePie versus T-Series situation where every time I'm trying to catch up, Josh will just unleash something like, I don't know, a diss track or... Wait, don't do a diss track. Although that would be... If you could pull that out of the bag out of nowhere...
I just realized... I had like a gold video in my back pocket and I forgot about it until I was just thinking, what could I do that would just totally, I know exactly what I can do. I have a video that will destroy you. And this is all it is. Do you remember my bike on my scooter?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to put the scooter in the mini truck and all I'm going to do is make a simple video called self-shuttling. And that picture alone of my scooter in my mini truck with my bike on the back, that is YouTube gold.
I don't know. I don't know, because you thought that the ultimate scooter thing would take off and light the world on fire, and then it didn't.
Because I didn't get to the bulk of the video soon enough. But now I'm mature, and so I'll literally start the video doing donuts with the scooter in the back and my bike on it. Gold.
Okay. Internet gold.
You're just
Anyway, huge news, regardless of the internet. Josh, where did you ride this week? I assume you ride every day.
I do, except when I don't. And I don't.
Which is all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So
driveway.
Driveway riding counts.
I'll tell you guys, I rode this week in undisclosed location for I can't say too much because I don't think this person watches the channel, but somebody I know, I went on a secret mission up to a foreign place called Kanata. Paul, I don't know if you've heard of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but no, I didn't go that far. But anyway, I went on a secret mission and rode up there, but only for like an hour.
In Canada?
Yeah.
And you didn't go... Sheyn,
did you make a video of crossing the border this time?
No.
Oh, guys, I literally just wait till after Christmas, and I will tell you what I did at the border just to see what would happen.
Are you sick?
Oh, wait,
no.
You really did it?
Wait, why are you waiting till after Christmas? Why are you waiting till after Christmas?
Because I went on a secret mission. I can't talk about it. So I literally, as I'm going up to the border, I thought, okay, I'm going to put my hypothesis to the test.
Gun in my holder.
And guess what happened? Nothing. I'm here.
No way.
Well, now we know the answers, so you're going to get 2 people that are not going to watch your video because we know the answer.
After Christmas.
Yeah. So you just went on one secret?
Okay. I guess I can say a little.
I know. No. It's okay. I've figured it out. Yeah. I've put it together. Yeah.
Cool.
That's
perfect.
That's I assuming I'm right, and that's hilarious.
Yep.
Oh, me too. So funny.
You guys.
Sheyn has just as much information that I do. Like, there's no difference. It's just that I'm part Sherlock and am able to synthesize the answer together and figure it out.
All right. So yes, I did ride, but nothing too crazy. Sheyn?
Oh, nice. I went on 2 rides at a place called Kokopelli, which is really fun. My first ride, we went with the Danimal Squad, which is our friend who was paralyzed last year, and he rides an adaptive bike. We kind of ride as his spotters. And I don't think he needs spotters anymore. He's kind of to the point where he's just like, yeah, I could tip over, I could crash, but what's the worst that can happen to me? So he goes for it. So that was pretty awesome to just have a bunch of dudes hanging out, getting him out there. And then I took my wife, the crashing mom, to the horse thief drop-in.
And this is what I've been dying to hear about.
Yes, we took her to the horse thief drop-in to see it in person, because even after watching all the videos, I know she's watched all the videos, but even for me, I watch a video, I even watch my own video, and then I get back there in person and I pee my pants just a little bit because it's stupid scary. And since she saw that that's what I ride, she told me no more MTB for you. So I'm retiring.
Sheyn, take it out of the podcast name. No more mountain bike anything. You're back to talking about kangaroos.
Yeah, that's kangaroos for me.
Yeah, but do you
fun to
ride
get out.
together a lot? Is this like a first time thing, or is this like?
We've ridden together maybe 2 or 3 times. We don't ride together a ton, but when we do, it's more like instead of hiking, we ride bikes because we get a lot further and you can see a lot more, and it's really fun. I love it.
Shane, and you just spoke to something that I've realized in my life, and you found it out with your wife, is like we've all heard of the GoPro effect, but there's like the danger effect as well. Like so many people, like my wife watches like all of my videos, like me doing crabapple hits on my hardtail or going off dirt merchant or like all these huge lines. She's like, oh, that's cool. That looks like a big jump. And then it's like, what? Like in my mind, I'm thinking, you don't think there's anything dangerous about this? Like you have no idea in real life. Yeah. And then when you see it, you're like, oh gosh. Like if my wife would see me in real life going off a big jump, she'd be like, you probably shouldn't do that. Isn't that dangerous? I'm like, yeah.
Isn't that dangerous? Isn't that dangerous?
No more, Josh. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Paul, you said you did ride, but you didn't share it all because you just had to tell people about
I had more pressing things to inform the Joey listeners about. But I did. I rode and it was great fun. And it was just relaxing and everyone was out because it's that time of year where kind of Whistler is getting unrideable. So everyone comes down to Squamish. So we saw a whole bunch of people and it was very slow, like almost to the point where it was like, oh, this is like chugging along. Oh, I also jumped on Zwift for the first time. Very excited. With Joe from Trail Features, and he rode the longest he'd ever ridden on his Zwift sessions as he comes back. He's had a bit of a heart thing. I don't know if you know this, like arrhythmia.
Sleep apnea.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So he's come back, and then we did an hour and 10 minutes, which was great. But also, I'm pretty sure. So, Josh, you have to calibrate your turbo trainer. If it's not been used for a while, it needs to be calibrated. And I thought I did it, but I guess the one on Zwift isn't that good, or you have to get the turbo trainer to warm up for a bit before you do it. And I must have calibrated it wrong because I was riding along and I was like, hey, look, I haven't been doing that much, but this seems really, really, really hard. So, maybe that can be my... Okay, we'll wait for the Jerry thing. But yeah, I'm rambling. Let's move on.
On to one of our favorite segments. It's last week's comments.
It's last week's comments.
All right. It is time for last week's comments. Shane, thanks as always for that great song.
Hey, you're missing an apostrophe here in your title card. It's funny I bring that up because there is a guy that led like the save the apostrophe, and he just admitted defeat. It was like a BBC News story.
Oh,
yeah. He just admitted defeat, and that's why he's given up.
Because of millennials like myself. All right, last week we had a great topic. Are there too many bros or not enough women? Really talking about bro culture and culture in mountain biking in general. We had a lot of people respond, which once again, I think it was a good topic. And the first person who responded is the one that somehow we've been able to keep him around. Brian, thank you as always. And I'm just so happy we got the pressure off my chest to realize he's just not that big of a deal. He's a smaller dude. All right. And he's jacked. He's jacked. So anyway, Brian said, I've seen a few places where women and men are 50-50 on the trails. Squamish, Asheville, Bromont. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like,
it is. It's in Quebec.
Oh, when I heard that, I just thought like, hey, dude, where are you from? Bromont. Where are you from? Broville, dude. Sick.
Broville.
Anyway, Lake Tahoe. He said, I think these are escape cities where the most outdoorsy and active women move to. Bellingham, I might argue, is one of them. Adventurous women find other adventurous women, and it's a runaway snowball. Brian, I only have one question in response to that. If you're looking for an adventurous woman, could you argue to move to one of those cities?
Ooh,
Paul, what do you say?
Well, I did. It's not been working great so far. But...
No luck there. Good luck, Paul.
I have to go outside and not use Zwift. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, that is true every day. All right, and then Brian said, but these places are exceptions to the rule. He said, I would go with 9% female viewership on my channel. And he goes, I think that's like a multi-million person sample. And he said, that's probably what he'd stick with. Yeah, I agree with that. 9 women anywhere in the world, seeing 9 women compared to 91 men is about right.
But at mountain bike destinations where they flock to, it's 50-50, right? I could see.
I think that's fair. I think that's probably a fair calculation there.
Oh,
And
no,
go
ahead. I was going to say, if we could get and I don't know if this would be the most accurate count, but it would be interesting for new bike sales. How many new bike sales are women specific bikes versus gender neutral bikes? I don't know, just normal bikes.
Yeah, but there's no male specific bikes,
And that's I realize
you can't have that as a, because pretty much every bike is male specific. Actually, did you notice in the pink bike big test they had a Juliana bike, and James Huang was just riding it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll just review this."
They're just calling it the tall boy because that's what it was.
Yeah.
Well, our friend Kerwin Warren, he said when we're talking about female mountain bike YouTubers, he says, you guys forgot about Vangirl Yuka, Eric's wife.
Yes. I realized this the next day.
Yeah.
And I felt terrible because Yuka is actually regularly putting out great content.
The thing is when we were thinking about those female MTB YouTubers, I was kind of thinking about those, the Sprocket Girls and the Donna Ellsworths and the Dusty Bettys. And I think I classify Yuka as a top tier YouTuber regardless of gender. I don't think of her as she's one of the female MTB YouTubers. She's just one of my favorite YouTubers. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but she is. We messed up. We didn't include her in that list of people.
So Aaron Turner says invite female guests, and same with Yannick. He says invite one of those female YouTubers onto one of the episodes.
That's a great point. Maybe we should do that next week. Who's going to take a week off? Who's going to take, December 17th? Doesn't that mean, is that Christmas?
Yeah. It's close, Paul. It's
do you have families? Is that what families do?
Yeah, I just don't know if we want any, I even feel bad when Joseph's on here having to put up with us like anybody else. It just breaks my heart for him, man. I think it's going to be fun.
If we had a good subject.
I do have someone that lives locally she would probably tear us all apart. She's very much who I look to for my modern male guidance. And she said, I sent her the podcast, went, oh, look, you should listen to this because this is a topic that we discuss with each other. And then she said, did you get any female perspectives? And I was like, no, Kristen, no, we didn't.
We did not.
Damn it. Messed up again. I'll tell you what, why don't we have it so if a female listener reaches out, we will put her on. But however, I don't know. This podcast isn't reaching as many people as kind of our other YouTube channels. But if everyone goes and tells someone about it, then that would be great. Tell a friend today. The Joey Podcast
today.
Yeah.
But we could do. It'd be interesting, I think.
All right, AZ Dirt Life had an interesting comment, and I'm going to read this so that Paul can read his response. AZ Dirt Life, our good friend Ken, says, Josh is correct that there are significantly fewer women than men in mountain biking. If there were 50% women, you would see more companies targeting women specifically. Not sure why there were fewer women, but I bet the bro culture factors in.
And then Paul said...
And then I said, oh, yeah, I guess. Liv, Juliana, Specialized Women, Scott Women, Trek Women, Yeti Betty, Fox Clothing, Troy Lee, Giro, plus all the other brands that targeting women, plus the fact that they sponsor people like Rachel Atherton, Tiny Seagrave, Kate Corney, Yolanda Neff, Emily Batty, Tracy Hannah, Katie Winton, Isabel Kuduria, and Cecile Ravenel, etc., all being used in media campaigns. Yeah, bike companies don't target women, but they absolutely do.
And then Paul said, P.S. Sorry, Ken.
Yeah, I felt kind of like, is this being a dick move? But I feel kind of I needed to give some evidence rather than just say, no, they do. So
literally, this was, Paul, this will make you laugh. As I was reading your response, I went, my two thoughts. Didn't they stop making Yeti Buddies? Is that true or am I imagining that?
I think they're still around.
Anyway, but my real thought was, Rachel Atherton. Oh, I've heard of Atherton bikes. One of the guys downhill rides them, and then I went. Tracy Hanna, he was in a Paul video. Then I went, I don't know any of the rest of these. But then I realized
she was in a Paul video. You just
and
said
then I
he
realized,
was in a Paul.
oh, whoops, I meant she. Oh gosh, this is gosh.
You
Anyway,
are.
And that's how I'm going to stop him getting to 100,000. A little bit of controversy.
With female.
and then I realized if Paul would have put the same number of men professional mountain bike riders, I'd be like, oh, they were in a Paul video.
Yeah.
They, not he.
Jill Kidner. Didn't even put Jill on there. What a terrible.
Yeah, you forgot some good ones.
Yeah, I think I could have named pretty much everyone, but I think the point is like there's so many people. When I was, deeper in the industry, I guess, there were all the time it was like, what are you doing to target women? What are you doing to do this? Women, we really want to target women. So I think there's a lot. I think it's very positive. It's still early days. There's a lot of stuff to get through. But yeah, we should definitely have a female perspective on the podcast. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Topic number 1 is how controversial are we going to be?
Maybe we could do like an e-bike thing. That's pretty controversial right now.
Oh, yeah, classic. That'd be really good. Let's do e-bikes.
Okay.
What about like RE? Yeah, that's a great idea. What about REMTBs a better workout? Now, hang on. What do you think? What do you mean? Are they a better workout? Who put forward this one? Who put forward this topic?
I did 2 things.
Okay.
One, I saw it was about probably about 2 months ago that the EWS is introducing an e-bike EWS series.
I assume it's going to be called the EWS.
Just like 6 E's and then WS. Could you imagine the announcers? Welcome to the World Finals of the EWS.
Wouldn't it be the Ews?
But I saw that and I thought, man, that is just so. This is my honest. That is so dumb. What have we come to? And then in our YouTuber mountain bike YouTuber community, people were talking about, they haven't proven, but they've shown that like you get just as much, if not more, of a workout on an e-bike. And I read that and went, so dumb. So I thought, let's talk about it. Shane's just like, how can Josh just be so honest? I love e-bikes, guys, if you didn't figure that out yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you've listened to our podcast for a while, we've talked about e-bikes before. We haven't talked about EUs, but we've talked about e-bikes. And Josh has said, I will not ride an e-bike until Paul jumps onto the bag, right? Or no?
No.
You had to jump the big jump on A-line.
I've done the big jump on A-line, and that I'd almost love. So I've got couple of downhill bike plans. We'll see how they go, but I would love to just get into it on day one, but we'll see.
You should jump it on your new e-bike that you will be getting for 2020.
Wow.
And then Josh will have to ride one.
And Paul will make some excuse when I say this, but Paul, I literally did that jump on my hardtail in case
I'm taking it riding bikes. My name is Josh.
I did it on my hardtail. It's so bad.
Comment below. Is that how you say? This is how Josh sounds in the comments.
Paul, I totally did that on my hardtail. You're such a loser. Try it.
That's how you just sounded. You think you're putting on a voice, but you sounded exactly the same. No, do you know?
Nothing sounded different.
No, do you know? So I think I was watching Jordan's video of that fateful day, and I've noticed he took a bit of a different line and carried more speed in before the drop, and that's something I wasn't doing. So I'm going to try and see if I feel a bit more confident taking his line.
The day you do is the day I ride an e-bike, not until
the same day. You would drop everything you're doing and going, get back to the garage quick.
All of a sudden, like increase. My heartbeat will increase. I'll be like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? No. Yeah. If Enos makes an e-bike, I'll ride one. That's about it though.
That's about it.
Yeah. So wait. So what do you mean? Like back to the topic somehow.
We're doing well, boy.
Are they a better workout? I know there's some study that came out that said there's no like drop in the effort used or something.
Yeah, and that was like that was the discussion. Is like it's you burn the same amount of calories, you put in the same effort, you just go further. And I was like, don't buy it. I don't buy it.
But where did the study come from? That would be the first question that we need to ask.
I don't look
Sheyn,
for things.
Electrek.co, believe it or not, study shows e-bike riders get more exercise than cyclists.
That sounds like a little bit of BS, but I know there was an actual study like e-bike. As per usual, so prepared on this podcast. It's a great job that we're professional. We've got it. No, we can't have that website. What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Dude, she looks like she's going mountain biking, not just biking.
Oh, geez.
Look at that battery.
I'm going to pull up something. I'm going to pull up something a little bit better here, which is Pink Bike sourced it. I think, okay. The full study can be read here. I'm going to find this one, and okay. Let me show my. Let me show my. Chrome tab. That's what I want. That's what you need, isn't it, Josh?
That was it, Paul.
Yeah, we prepared this.
Look at this. Look at this. Look how much more legit this is than Shane's thing.
Pedal assisted mountain bikes.
I'm sorry, Sheyn.
Comparison of the exercise response. I can't even read that.
I've saved you. Okay, the results. The average heart rate during EMTB was 94% of the average heart rate during conventional. Okay, so it was 6% lower on average heart rate. That's what they're saying, and it's like there's not that much difference. That's what they're saying. But despite the measured benefit, participants' perceived exertion while riding the EMTB was low. Okay, so what they're saying is that people thought that it was easier, but actually it wasn't. That's what they're saying in this.
Huh. My experience, I felt like it was just as hard. And I felt like I was getting just as much of a workout because I was like getting a workout on the ups and the downs.
Yeah, I've ridden it. I've ridden one once, and at the end of the day, I just enjoyed going as fast as I could. So I just tried to pedal and go as fast as I could. If anything, I probably put more effort in than usual, so I could maintain the speed.
So I think it depends on how you ride it, and if you're out there just like, let's go fast, you can do that on the EMTB, but with the EU's application, I think people are going to be utilizing that to get up the hill without as much effort. So they might not get as much of a workout.
I think there needs to be so they did a World Champs mountain bike race. Did you guys see that?
Was that the one that was a joke?
Well, they just rode the same course. So what that meant is that there was no difference. Like the fitter you are, the more likely you are going to win the race. That's what everyone said. So if there was like an actual E specific, do you know what I mean? Like the course was more like you had to manage your battery power and things like that. Like I think that would, that would be interesting, right?
Did they limit them to however much battery capacity they are? I don't know. What are they? Megawatts? Kilowatts?
No, it's not the capacity. It's just the top speed. That's the thing that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that would be governed, but I mean, your battery size. Because if you have to manage your battery usage, does everyone say, okay, you only get this big of a battery to use?
I don't know. No? Maybe. I mean, they have a weight limit in road cycling, don't they, on the bikes? Yeah. But they don't have a suspension limit on downhill mountain bikes.
The thing I'm thinking through is I almost think that would be way harder, because if you have e-bikes, the expectation is you would be climbing more because you have an assistant, but then you'd have to be descending more. And I think about that's a lot of descending that. Yeah. I think about after the EWS and Whistler, all the descents we did with the lift axis was killer. I was if you did that on an e-bike, that's not equivalent, but it would be a ton more downhill. It'd be interesting, I think.
Yeah. With a bigger bike.
Yeah, I think that's what they'll need to figure out is how can they make it different? What do you guys think? What would be different enough to make it interesting? What actual things would need to be on the course?
Are you talking for use or for like a circuit course?
For use.
Oh, obviously they'd have to have Teslas on the course. They would have to like get around or jump over. It's E, right? So
Foxy.
that'd be interesting. I'd watch it. No, I don't know. Like I think it obviously had to be a way longer course, way more vertical feet of climbing. Yeah, I don't know what else though. Battery management would be the most interesting thing. Like if you could live report it, like, oh, it looks like Johan Borelli is running out of battery and he's cussing and saying my dog Jackson. What?
Hey, yeah. I think that would be. I guess it would just have to be further, wouldn't it? But then that would mean higher costs because then you need more marshals. There's bigger safety concerns. What else is there? I don't know. There must be something like, or even just like a really steep section. Do you know what I mean? Like everything is just more extreme. Like the climb is way more like vertical.
That'd be cool.
Like that would be fun to watch. Like imagine a climb and they're like, this climb is impossible. But then because they've got the assisted power, then they can get up it.
Oh, that almost makes me realize like this is hot take. If you could limit the max speed to what is it, 16 miles per hour?
25?
No, it's not 20. It's 25 kilometers. So yeah, 16, I think.
Making the uphills like an extended uphill part of the race. That would be super interesting.
How do you mean?
Like you wouldn't start at a downhill section. You would start like way downward, and the first part of the segment is a climb. Then you drop into the downhill. Like that's part of the whole.
So you mean have like cross country racing? Is that what that's what you're describing?
Like a circuit race?
Are you talking enduro format? But you're talking enduro format for e-bikes.
Enduro format, but you would be. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't specify. Well, I assumed that the e-bike.
We are talking about the use.
Yeah, enduro. But yeah, literally, it's like the difference is you start at the bottom of a trail and have like an uphill course, and then you have the super intense downhill. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be cool. There have been a couple of races. Like, let me just dig into my big brain here. The 2013 Enduro World Series, which is the first series, there was this climb in Les Deux Alpes, which is it's in France, and this climb was just like ridiculous. And I think Jerome Clement's put like 20 seconds into absolutely everyone. And I remember being sat there next to a media person and someone that used to race, and the result flashed up on the screen, and he actually like burst out. I was like, there is no way he's 20 seconds up. He's cheated. And he was just like burst out. I was like, that's impossible. But he did. He just beat everyone because he was fitter.
What about you get to use your E on the way up, but on the way down, it has to be disabled. And you're pushing a big heavy bike on the way down.
I mean, I don't think that would change things that much.
Yeah.
No?
No, I don't think so. Because most of the time you're going above 25. Most of the time they're going, I guess out of turns and stuff. Like if it was like a janky turn, then you'd have the.
But then again, everyone's on the same level, whether you've got battery E or not. So
yeah, battery.
So how do we make this interesting?
Yeah, well,
I think as Josh said, you just got to make them longer and have actual climbing bits in. If you're doing an enduro one,
yeah.
I think our listeners need to definitely weigh in on how would you make an EWS more difficult, more interesting, more fun for the riders, and should the three of us participate in an EWS 100?
Interesting.
Are you interested in doing another EWS 100 this next year?
Yeah. Have you not seen? Well, I guess you guys on Brian's Patreon, but he's already training. He's got like a training plan. Yeah. Good job. I've already started back in the gym. That's right, Josh. I'm training again.
Are you doing CrossFit?
Sure, I'm doing CrossFit.
Are you being vegan?
Dude, I'm like, let's talk about it.
You're not talking about this enough. If you're doing those two things, you got to be talking about this 24/7.
I can just be measured about it. Like I could talk about it, but it's just like I just go to the gym. Like I don't need to tell you guys about it. And if I don't tell you, then you might not think about training. So, this year.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I love how you talk about fitness like it's like storing up money in the bank. I started super early. That means it's going to compound over time. I'm like,
but it is.
It is. Fitness works.
No, that's exactly what it's like. You got to save. You got to store up some money. You know, you rent it. You don't buy
Exponentially
it.
over time, it's like literally if you work out perfectly every day for like 6 months, like the last like 2 months, you're gonna grow like this much versus the first like 4 months, you're gonna grow like this much.
Unless, yeah, okay, that's okay. That still rings true to what I'm saying.
Brian
But
still gotta beat me. Come at me, Brian.
Josh, classic Ned Flanders. Oh, shame we haven't realized that Josh's mustache is gone.
Oh, your mustache is gone? Why is your mustache gone?
Here we've got Ned Flat. Oh, we don't have Ned Flanders.
We did get a comment. that
Oh,
says,
I'm back, guys. Sorry.
That's
Sexy
probably he probably saw it and went, "Honey, I need to go to the bathroom."
Yeah.
No, but back in the gym. I'm not going to do it as gnarly as I did last year because, case in point, I had that one big crash and I was out for like 2 months and lost everything. And all the fitness and all the strength I had. And then I did the BC bike race and further got nailed just by exhaustion. But it's going to be a different year. But yeah, definitely EWS 100.
Paul, no, would make a great video is you train for like 2 months for a cross country race. I won't train at all, and then we'll cross country race and see who wins.
I mean, in a cross country race, I feel like, yeah, I would. Because it's not about carrying speed and technical stuff. It's about blowing your back doors off.
Well,
it's all in the climbs.
It's all
that would be fun to see. Josh,
I've done cross country races. It's one on the climbs. No one cares about the descents. It's nothing.
Okay, here's the real question, Paul. We need to make like a Joey podcast bet. If we both trained and worked our hardest, do you think you could beat me in a cross country race?
Well, it depends what kind of training you do. Like it's quite open-ended. Shane, what do you think? You're the guy in the middle here.
It does depend on the training that you do and your watts per kilo to get sciencey here. Here, hold up. All right.
Gordon, welcome.
Yes. It depends on the training you do because ultimately, I think if I could choose one, skills or fitness, I'd choose fitness every single time. Because fitness will get you through the day. I mean, skills are great to have, but if I could only choose one, I'd choose the fitness.
Yeah, I think in cross country for sure. I mean, because Josh, remember when we were at Ceuta and I pointed out to you that my power to weight ratio was better. And then we did that one fitness challenge where we were both on equal standings and I beat you. But
here's what I'm saying. Let's both train and then do a cross country race. And I'm curious if you think who would win. I think it'd be a fun bet.
There is some fun
which cross country race
that happens.
Which cross country race should we do?
But it can't be in Squamish or Bellingham. Because of course,
I don't know.
The hometown advantage.
Funnily enough, they do a cross country race at Veda, which we've just signed up for. Both of us have just signed up for, but that would mean more days. And we got to stay fit because Shane, huge announcement. Me, Josh, and Nick Van Can are racing as a team.
Oh, I love that idea.
I haven't signed up yet, but I need to.
You haven't? Oh. No, dude, you've actually got to. Like, this one actually sells out. Okay. Please log on now and do it. Do it while you're doing this podcast.
Dad, I don't know the dates, and I want to make sure I can commit.
Just buy the entry. Just buy the entry.
Are you guys going to all race together?
Yeah, that's like I have double checked. We all start at the same time. It's our combined. But like, here's the thing: like,
you can give gaps.
You can give gaps if you want, but it's our combined time. So, I mean, technically, you could send the fast guy out by yourself. Do you know what I mean? But that's lame.
Oh, the race is on Mother's Day weekend.
Gonna have to find someone else.
Just change the
Mother's Day.
Change the weekend that you celebrate Mother's Day. Like, what's the difference between doing it the week before?
Cool. If I sleep outside for the rest of the year, you'll all.
Why not just do all of the Mother's Day stuff, but the week before? Like what?
Right.
Tell me.
We're gonna have to talk about this offline because
if you can rationally explain to me, you need to do it because
can all the married men listening to this podcast explain to Paul that rational thought does not work with your spouse? It doesn't. I tried 1,000.
Oh, look! Did you? Shane's eyes just went. I don't know. I don't think you should say this, Josh.
No, I'm saying when my wife tries to like rationally speak to me about something, I'm just like, no, I don't get it. And then when I try to speak rationally, it's like, no, I don't get it. It's a two-way street. I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well saved. We'll say that.
Thanks. I still am in the hole. All right. So are we done talking about this topic? Any other comments? Let us know below.
Yeah. I think we should move on to our new segment called Listener of the Week.
Ooh.
There's no
And Sheyn, you have, so everyone, please remind Sheyn through direct messages or however that he still hasn't recorded the theme tune for this song, and now he's making new segments that he needs to make new theme tunes for, and just making himself more in theme tune debt.
I am in theme tune debt.
Theme tune debt. I'm going to record a theme tune debt.
And you got a new bass too. Record that bass, man. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, listener of the week goes out to Mr. James Glezos. James Glezos is doing the Spotify thing where everyone is posting on their Instagram stories. I listened to this many hours of this band, and these are my top band. You guys get the whole deal. I didn't do that, but he said, "Hey guys, I listened to you guys on Spotify, and I just got the results from Spotify on your podcast of how much I've listened to you podcast. In total, I have listened to your podcast for 1,500 minutes. Keep up the great work." So James, 1,500 minutes, you get listener of the week just for that.
Yeah. That's great stuff. That means I'm pretty sure that's like every podcast added together. Just doing some quick maths off my head, which everyone knows I'm incredible at maths. Look at that geometric algebra balancing, Gordon. Okay, and we're back.
That's 25 hours. That's a lot. Damn.
Yeah, that is a lot. That's how we spent more time sitting here talking to each other doing that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we've made like 25 episodes. That's
oh my goodness.
What am I doing with my life? Why am I here? I'm over this.
Such a Joey move.
All right, it's time for the one, the only Joey of the Week.
Is it you? Is it me? It's the Joey of the Week.
And so to Joey of the Week, yes. Sheyn, who do we have?
Wait. Joey of the Week. We always have to ask the question: who, what, when, and Aaron Gwyn. Oh, you were ready with it, Josh. For those of you on the podcast, we have pulled up Aaron Gwyn's Instagram. And Aaron Gwyn, man, he's looking like an Instagrammer with his artsy guitar with Ritz crackers on it. He did put a pretty cool one with some kid fans. I can get down with that. And then he also, what does he have? A living wall? A faux living wall on his beautiful
See, this is what I used to love about Aaron Gwyn, is that he would just post the most random stuff on here.
He's not got a Red Bull helmet. Good job, Aaron Gwyn. Make your sponsors happy.
Guitar one. This is a few of my favorite things. Cell phone.
This is a sponsored post. We can't do this.
Crackers.
Yeah. See, and you didn't even know.
See, after watching MTV Allen's video, like interviewing Aaron Gwyn, I was like, oh, he seems like a nice guy. I kind of feel bad for roasting him constantly.
We're not roasting him though. We're actually.
I roast him. I roast him.
It's an ask me anything thing.
Oh, he didn't.
And he said we'll post a video.
Oh God, we don't have enough time. But if only everyone could go on there and say, "Will you be on the Joey podcast?" That would be amazing.
Wait, Sheyn, when was it posted?
It's active.
An hour ago.
It's a White Fox thing.
Paul, we got to get this out. We got to get everyone to ask Paul. Fox, will you be on the Joey podcast?
Oh God, so cringe.
At the time this comes out, I don't know if this will be available.
Joey, mountain bike podcast.
Dude, so White Fox Bike posted this 6 hours ago.
Oh, we could in theory if I just grinded it out and posted the thing. It's completely possible.
Guys, everyone listening.
When did Fox post this though? 6 hours ago. Will you be on the Joey podcast? But then everyone's got to get up. Everyone's got to take action from this. Sheyn, you got to create that link. Should we just stop the podcast now and record a thing at the beginning, the actual intro? Yeah. Okay. Make a note. Make a timestamp note. And cut. Okay. What bit are we at now? Oh yeah, the Joey of the Week.
It's just the most important part of our whole podcast, Paul.
God damn. Okay, so first, Joey, we had some Joey nominations, which was fantastic.
Yeah, which means that people are writing, because last week people didn't write, so they were all Joey's.
And it has been kind of miserable. Michael Lowe, 4 days ago from when this was read. My Joey of the week is recently he put wait, are we doing third person or first person? We'll do first person.
Right.
Yeah.
My Joy of the week is I recently put a new rear tire on and pumped it up to around 40-ish PSI to set the bead. I forgot to drop the PSI back down and went on a ride. It took me 8 miles to figure out why I kept spinning out on the climbs. I felt really dumb. Lol. Pretty Joey move. That's a classic Joey move as well. Although he says spinning out on the climbs, is he saying that it's too easy? Or does he mean sliding out on the climbs?
He might be training for EUs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it meant like it was slipping a ton.
I was just going too fast. Oh, God. Okay. MTB Landon, look, he's back.
Yes. Hi ho. Another old but gold. I vote for my mate Frank again for Joey of the week.
He's back.
What?
Frank, he's back again.
Oh yeah, it's always Frank.
That's supposed to be me just kind of off mic, being kind of like a rapper when they double up on some certain words. Anyway, carry on.
So this is a bit lengthy. I've already pre-read this. I came prepared. Him and his buddy Frank, they went to this bike park, and Frank didn't put his dropper post down and went off this jump, crashed, and his saddle broke. His saddle in particular happens to be a $200 saddle. I don't know if it's carbon rails or spider web saddle, whatever, but it broke in half. So Frank went back to his house and got another seat off of his other bike, off of his dirt jump bike. And he did it again. Same jump, crashed, broke his $200 saddle, drives home again, swaps the seat off of his downhill bike, goes back to do the same jump, and boom, even worse crash. And yes, the third seat busted.
No way.
Almost $700 of saddle damage off of this one jump.
That's also 700 euros.
Find a new saddle.
700 euros, so that's more than
dollars.
And I'm like, who would buy 3 saddles over $200? And I was like, oh wait, we all have that one friend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
So yeah, what is that? 200 euros?
I don't know. MTB Landon, let us know what this is. What saddle is this?
Oh, that's terrible. Well, needless to say, I think Frank once again wins Joe of the Week because that is a pretty that's uncomparable.
But wait, our good bud Sam Webb, who was the listener of the week last week, he said his joy nomination was him and one of his friends, Josh T, not to be confused with Josh the Day Lee. We're at Rushmore Bike Park, and he said he followed him into a jump line. He heard a scream in front of him. It turns out that his friend had forgot to drop his seat post and went over the bars on a 20-foot gap. He said it was absolute gold. He smashed his brake lever, but he was fine. I have definitely gone to press into the lip of a jump and realized my seat is right there because I didn't drop it. That is the most terrifying joy moment you can make right there.
So we've got some good nominations. What about you guys? Paul, you had one day to enjoy.
Well,
day.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I guess my Jerry move was not calibrating my turbo trainer and then going on a ride and being like, oh, this is actually really hard. And then it was probably because I set it up wrong. So that was pretty Jerry. In the world of Zwift, that was a pretty Jerry move.
Well, just doing Zwift, I think, is your joy of the week.
Exactly.
Here we go. Road to Seattle.
You've been talking about wanting to do a Joey MTB podcast with all of us on Zwift together.
Yeah, no, this is completely possible. So we can use Discord. The audio is great. We can set up lav mics and everything. Like, it would be super easy. And we could do the whole podcast while turbo training on Zwift and riding with each other, which I think we have to do it because we can. That's why we have to. It's like 10. I could get you guys a free membership.
Yes.
But it's
You
like
can? Wow.
It's like $10 a month. Like, you guys are doing all right. You could also manage $10 a month.
I'll do
Shane, do you have a trainer?
Of course he does. He's ex Iron Man.
I have a trainer and I have a road bike, and my road bike has a power meter, and I don't.
But is it like a smart resistant Wi-Fi
not
trainer?
a smart resistant trainer? No, it's not.
I mean, it's still relative. It's just more fun if you have a.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys, this is not sponsored, but Swift has got like a 30-day trainer thing. So if you ordered a trainer, you could have it for 30 days, and then if you don't like it, you can send it back.
Oh, maybe we could do that.
I got my kicker cord trainer at the REI garage sale for $400.
Oh, dude, that's sweet.
Oh, please plug it in, Josh, because they have a mountain bike thing on there as well, so we could actually race each other.
I'm not racing you virtually while doing a podcast. My life.
No, not podcasting. We'll just do that regularly. It's so much. It's
racing you on the internet.
Josh, when you get into it, you'll completely change your tune.
But you like fly off the trail and fly off your bike?
I think you can't. Like, you have to steer. Like, that's the thing they've put in, right? That you have to steer.
Oh,
yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
It is. It's cool. It's cool. Like, when you get into Watopia, you'll be like, okay, this is fun. And it's better when you are talking to people as well. It makes it more enjoyable.
Oh god, I'm not Paul. I know if I put my Zwift.
What was the point of buying that turbo trainer, Josh, if you're not going to use
it? Was
it?
snowing for 2 months last year, and I wanted to be fit. And then now I look at it, and it makes me think of e-bikes, and I'm disgusted. Anything I have to plug in to ride, stupid. Anyway, Paul,
you did a video about like wanting to be fit and getting to a certain weight goal.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Are you going to do another one?
What was it called?
The goal is to get in very good shape this year. Don't worry, Paul. I will tell you right afterwards.
What's the video called? It has to be recorded.
We
need to finish Joy of the Week.
Yeah, but just okay. I'll find it.
Frank gets it.
Easy internet. Yeah,
Frank. $800 worth of saddles. 100% Frank. Thank you for the nomination, MTB Landon.
He's got the best ones, that's for sure.
What if I search fit on his channel? Will I find it then?
Oh, I think I might have taken it down. I don't remember.
No, because we never did a follow up.
I never did it. I failed miserably.
Are you going to do one for New Year's this year?
I don't really do New Year's resolutions. Maybe that would be a good podcast topic. Should you make mountain bike New Year's resolutions? Just saying.
But we'll say that for New Year. Yeah, let's talk about it.
That's the next video in my garage. That's going to make me beat Paul to 100,000. Who knows?
Can you imagine? I'd be so crushed if I got beaten by that.
I will say, if you want to do a New Year's resolution, like get fit video, you got to put it out before the end of the year. And if you're doing like a 30-day challenge, you had to have started in December 1st or November. Hence the water tracking.
Oh, I drank water. I drank more water for 30 days, and this is how much faster I got on a mountain bike.
That's how much I had to pee. And I film all the pee. It's a POV of peeing clear.
POV.
Paul, the video is still alive. You can find it. Don't you worry.
What's it called? People listening want to know. Come on.
I'll tell everybody at the end of the podcast, and I think we're about wrapping up for the amount of time that we should record. So,
I know what you're going to do.
If you want to go and see the video about my weight loss resolution, type in youtube.com/daily mountain bike rider and then find the video that says